What's up, everybody, and welcome to the 62nd episode of Coffee with Chuck. Hope you all are having a great day so far. I got Joe in the background. He'll be listening. Anyways, today I don't have any sort of script or anything like that. So I just wanted to talk about what happened at the first 6 months and what's happening now. In the real estate. Maybe I'll get into other things top of mind, but things that are happening. So, like in some of my other Coffee with Chucks, I've been talking about interest rates. So interest rates are rising. What is the difference between earlier this year and now? So now we're at 5.5%, 6%, somewhere around there. Earlier this year, we were still getting locked in at people were still getting locked in at around 3. What does that mean for payments? So on a $400,000 home, payment rose almost 50% just because of interest rates. 400,000. Let's do the math. So 400,000 at 3%. Let's say at a 20% down payment. Oh, I have it up. Wow. So at a 3%, principal and interest was about $1,350. At 6%, it is now at $1,918. That's a lot. A $600 difference just on interest rate, which is why I told people don't worry about the raise of price. You could watch any of my Coffee with Chucks, early 2022, even in 2021. I said, don't worry about this. Interest is going to win. Here we are. Our monthly payment has definitely rose. What does that mean to the buyer pool? Okay, so the buyer pool, earlier this year, we had about 20 offers. Let's say there was 20 offers. There was only one winner. So what happened to the other 19? That pool of 19 still looking definitely shrunk in the last month or so, because as interest rose, some of those 19 people were only approved because the rates were 3%, right? Now it rose over 4. Now some of those people that were approved at 4%, is out of the budget that they want to be in, if you will. Now that we're at 5, the buyer pool has definitely shrank. But the people that are still looking at the same price point were definitely really qualified and are still ready to go. But that's what happened. So that's why it is slowed down a little bit in the market, is because some of these buyers that were looking at the beginning of the year that were only approved for 3% interest rates are not approved now at the 5.5%, 6% that is happening now. Or they're going at a lower price point, if you will. Now, with that being said, what do I believe is going to happen in the next couple of years in real estate? I hear a lot of gloom and doom and a crash is coming and all that, but I personally don't think so. I'm looking at the data, guys, and it's one of these things where when people bought in the last year or so, they were putting lots of cash down. It wasn't because they were putting a 3% down, barely qualified kind of stuff. They were putting the 20%, if not all cash, in the last year or so. Has appreciation gone so high to outbid? Yeah, but does it matter? If it went down, they would still be able to pay for their mortgage, is what I'm seeing. So I feel like there's not going to be a lot of foreclosures happening here. Specifically in the Chicagoland market, we didn't have the appreciation that we've seen in some of those states, Texas, California, Florida, Utah, where it was priced at $500,000 and then being sold for $800,000. if we had a priced here for a half a million, we would probably get offers 50,000, maybe 75,000 over list price. But it's not the biggest bubble. I don't think it's a bubble enough to burst to make it come back down. Honestly, I feel like Chicago market will uptick and grow up in appreciation as some of these other markets that grew quickly are going to fall quicker. So that's just my prediction. I could totally be wrong, but that's what I have. And I'm just looking at the data and figuring out what is happening overall. The other thing that I wanted to talk about, going back to the interest rates, is because the Fed raised, basis points, 75 basis points, I feel like that's why interest rose. The Fed also said that they were going to raise in July and, sometimes this year. But I already think that mortgage rates are already predetermined and already set for when those increases from the Fed are happening. So I feel like interest now is going to be what it's going to be. It's going to rise a little bit, fall a little bit, but it's right there. It's balancing out to where it's supposed to be after the Fed raises those rates. So what else do I got? I feel like as far as interest rates, the only way that it's going to rise more is if we have more inflation issues, but we're trying to get that under control, and that's the reason why those things are being raised there. But overall, real estate, this is a long game. I honestly think in the last 2 years we had an increase in agents that came into the marketplace. As far as agents, I mean realtors like myself. I feel like a lot of these guys are going to be not going to be staying around too long because they were in for the last 2 years were like glory years where it was easy and they grew so fast. But I've been in real estate since 2009 now, guys, so I've seen the grind and hustle that needs to be in good times and bad times, and you just have to stay consistent how it is. But I see like there's going to be a decrease in agents because they're going to think they're going to think that how it's supposed to be was the last 2 years. But I see that it's going to slow down and they're going to have to pick up the phones and do things again to make it happen. So what else do I want to talk about? That's it. I know that was a lot. It was almost a ramble, but it's fine. Give me a call, shoot me a text if you want to talk more. I have a lot of things I want to talk about and think. I just need to figure out how to organize it a little bit more. But if you want to talk more detail in some of these things, I got you. Shoot me a DM, comment, phone, text, call me, text me. All right, guys, have a great Friday. Have a great weekend. Talk to you soon. Cheers.